Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee with Monty. We do this session every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in our new club group, which is our global branded group for part of our new club community. Hopefully you've liked our fan page, you're a fan there, and you're a member of some of our other training groups. But this group is an open group. It's all teams, all groups, all organizations are welcome. Each week I take a different social media topic to cover. Last week we talked about the importance of launching your Facebook group for customers and how important that's going to be moving forward. So if you've not seen that, please scroll down the wall and look for last week's replay, because it's really, really important to kind of set the stage, so to speak, for this training. Today I'm going to talk about attracting new members to your Facebook group. So it's an important topic. There's a lot of information on Google about this, by the way, so I'm just going to cover some basics for you, and I expect that maybe that you'd take some time and go Google the topic, how to attract members to a new Facebook group or to a Facebook group, because there's so many great tips out there. But it is an important thing that you need to engage with. By the way, hopefully you're watching this from the convenience of wherever you happen to be right now, and that it fits within your schedule. If it doesn't fit within your schedule, it's okay. Watch the replay. If you watch the replay, would you mind putting replay in the comments and letting us know where you're from, because it's really important to know what country and market that you're in to help us organize some of our topics for the future. And thanks for a lot of the great topics you've been sharing for future Coffee with Monty sessions. I'm a little bit scattered. I've had a couple late nights here recently working, so I'm getting my energy up. And like I said, I am here with my coffee, with my latte, and I'm actually at a place in downtown Portland, Oregon, which is a beautiful coffee shop called Push Pull. And so each week we try to jump around to some different coffee shops and have a little bit of change of scenery. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. But I hope that you have added your team to the new club group, this new club group. Just add them, use the box, and it would be in the it'd be your upper right-hand corner as you're viewing this video. Scroll down the wall and you'll see the replays of the videos. And like I said, please leave any topics that you would like to hear about in the future. And let us know what country you're viewing from, because it's really important for us to know where you're at, so we can talk to you in the future. There are market-specific topics that we can cover as well, so that's really, really important. But anyway, I'm glad to be here with you, so let me cover some of this stuff. Let's dig right in. This is not going to be a long broadcast. I'm just going to cover some real quick tips about how to attract members to your new Facebook group. And first of all, I want you to define, I'm assuming now that you've watched the replay of how to launch your Facebook group, and what the difference is between a Facebook group and a Facebook fan page, because there's quite a bit of difference. I refer to people that are in groups as members because they're community-based. Fan pages are simply that, fans, they like a page, and people that are in your profile are a little different. So we're talking about a Facebook group, which is a community-based function on Facebook. So we first want to define what the group is for. That's really super important, because I see a lot of people creating Facebook groups and they're really all over the place as far as the topic. The more that you define what the group is designed for and created for, the more people you're going to attract, because people want to join others who have the same interest. And if you haven't defined the interest of the group or the purpose of the group, you're probably not going to attract a lot of members to the group. So they want to flock together, so to speak, or group together as a community with people that are like them and have those same interests. So let's talk about some tips to attract members to your brand new Facebook group. The first one is that when you create the group for the very first time, you're going to be given some choices. You can't create a group unless you add at least one friend. So add a friend, but also look at some of the other friends in your friend list that would be pretty chill about you adding them to a new group. You might notify a few of them maybe through a private message that you're going to do that. You're kicking off a new group for a specific purpose, and you want to add them. So you can add anyone that you're connected to, you can add them to the group. But don't go through your whole list and add everybody, because you'll just annoy a lot of associates, acquaintances, and friends. So just add a small group of them that you know that it's okay with for the time being. to kind of kickstart your group. Make sure when you're setting up your group, you're adding a detailed description of what the group is for, because that's one of the ways that you attract members to the group. People are going to read the description of the group, because if it's a closed group, which I recommend it be, for it to be, they'll be able to see the description of the group and how many members are in the group, but they won't be able to see the post. That's the setting that we recommend for a customer group. Now, some people use the secret group, the secret setting, which completely eliminates the URL, but it makes it much more challenging as far as your promotional opportunities if it's a secret group and not readily searchable on Facebook. But it's a choice that you have to make based on your goals. So that description needs to be clear and concise. Do not start a Facebook group without a description of what it's for. Add some appropriate tags or keywords. There's a section where you'll add keywords as to what category the group falls in. If it's a beauty-related group, it's a health-related group. If it's a group related having to do with dogs or cats, whatever it is, you want to create the tags so that it's searchable for those tags. Pick a group type. There's going to be lots of options for the group type that you're going to pick within the setup of the group when you first go in. So make sure that you pick the appropriate type of group that it is. Set the location. Don't forget to set the location. Don't leave that blank. There's a location setting. Don't pick global. Pick if you're in the United States, for example, pick the United States, or pick a state that you want to focus on, or pick a geographic area that you want to focus on. You can always create another group, but the narrower the choice is for the geographic location, the more specific the search results are going to be for people that are looking for that particular topic. Also, this is a little bit of a different strategy. We're going to talk about this next week at the next Coffee with Monty session, but you can create a fan page in order to support the Facebook group. Now, there's been a lot of changes that have occurred recently with Facebook algorithms, which is the formula Facebook uses to determine how often or how visible your posts are going to be. And what they've done with Facebook fan pages, and typically brands and companies have Facebook fan pages because they're public, they've really reduced our ability with a fan page to share something and for it to get to most of the people that most of the fans that like the page, because they want us to purchase ads to promote our content on a fan page. So that's something that you can actually do for a group. So the only way that you can run an ad in order to promote the group and attract more members to your group is to actually set up a fan page, and that way you have access to run an ad to promote the group if you want to do that in the future. So this is more of an advanced technique that we're going to talk about, because I can spend a whole session on how to set that up and why that's important. But I just want you to keep it in the back of your mind that you can promote your group through ads. Now, as with anything with Nu Skin, make sure you always check our policies and procedures. But the type of group, based on the type of group that you're promoting, you can promote the group through an ad. There are limitations on promoting products through ads, but as far as the opportunity or groups and so forth, you can promote as far as the latest information that I have. So that is one option for you. Later on, that's an advanced strategy. One of the other things that has worked really well for most people that have been successful with customer-based communities, Facebook groups, is to have contests for the existing members or drawings and solicit them to add their friends to the group. It's one of the fastest ways that you can grow your membership base within your group. I would think about drawings for related items to whatever your specialty niche is. If it's beauty, how about makeup sponges or makeup brushes or accessories that are inexpensive? I did a search the other day. I wanted to share this with you. I'm looking for inexpensive items to add to bundle with the new tanning product, the new Instaglow product, which has gone viral in the United States. And I found these little applicators on Amazon. There's 3 applicators for like about $2 that you can put on your fingers so that your fingers don't stain when you're applying the Sunless tanning product. What a great thing to add in as a giveaway for someone who purchases the product, or you want to give a little bit more of an incentive for if people are adding their friends. I would, like makeup brushes or maybe some makeup or some other product that's related to what we market is perfectly okay to do. There are some limitations about drawings, public drawings, as far as products are concerned. But be creative with that. Be creative with your drawings, because it is a private environment within your Facebook group, and there are a lot of ways that you can incentivize your friends. Your friends and your members within the group are a real asset, and you have to look at the lifelong value of them. If they've taken the time to become a member of the group, or they've agreed for you to add them, that means that they're also expecting you to provide some value to them. Not only value from the standpoint of maybe providing products to them, a wide variety of products that will solve a problem, but you need to provide basic knowledge and tips and recommendations, maybe even recommendations that are unrelated to our product line. Depends on the niche. We kind of have to circle back to the niche that you've decided to create, or the theme of your group. If you've just put a group together and the only thing you do is post product images to sell, people will get bored really quickly, and they'll leave the group, and they won't recommend their friends to join the group. So make sure you're adding value, free value, to the group in the form of knowledge or the form of giveaways. Now, one of the most effective tools we're seeing right now in a Facebook group in order to end up in the news feed of everybody within that group is to do a Facebook Live. I'd encourage you to do several Facebook Live broadcasts on any number of topics that you choose, whether it's product information, it's a demo, it's a drawing, it's just a general acknowledgement of some of the most active members of the community, thanking them for their participation in the community and sharing information or commenting. Whatever it might be, I think I need another drink of my coffee. Your members have a lifelong value, so don't nitpick. Don't be cheap. Please don't be cheap when it comes to your retail profit. I want you to make sure that you're reinvesting at least a portion of your retail profit back into items that you can give away, that you can create a reward system, that you can maybe eventually run an ad for your group to promote your group. So make sure that you're investing in the lifelong value of the customers, and you're not looking to squeeze every single penny from every customer, because if you have that attitude, your Facebook Facebook group community won't last long, and it won't be much value to you, and people will recognize that. So that's really important. That's a philosophical standpoint, that philosophical position as it relates to customers. I run into some people occasionally that will be concerned that it's an extra dollar to get a product to a customer a little bit faster because the customers requested, and they say, well, I'm going to save the dollar, they can just wait for the product through regular shipping, that sort of thing. I want you to really avoid that kind of attitude, because as I said, if you nitpick your customers, if you're not constantly providing value in the form of information or free things to them for being loyal customers, you're going to find that you're not going to have a successful retail business. So those are some important tips about a Facebook group and attracting members, but I will say that the number one tool is contests and drawings and soliciting the existing members and really treating them like royalty within your group. You're going to find that they are going to add their friends. That's the fastest way to add members to your community. Now, I've seen people who have used that strategy on a regular basis over the last couple of years, and some people now have Facebook groups, customer groups that are 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 people. Now, to really make your Facebook group viable, we talked about this in the last week's session about how to set up your Facebook group. Your first target needs to be about 500 members in order for it to be viable. Anywhere from 200 to 500 members. The tipping point, so to speak, seems to be around 500. And what do I mean by the tipping point? The tipping point is where it becomes a little bit self-sufficient, so to speak, where there's enough people where they're adding friends if you're active within the Facebook group. Now, the last thing I want to emphasize, and this is super important, and it has to do with keeping people loyal to your group and them feeling comfortable with adding their friends to your group. You have to post every day in a Facebook group. You have to post every day in a Facebook group. Facebook is now looking at Facebook groups the same way as a profile, that if you don't post regularly, that when you do post, they're only going to show that post to a small number of people within the group. So let me give you an example. If you have 500 people in your group and you only post once a week, Facebook's going to say, this person doesn't have very much valuable information to share. When they do post, we're only going to share that post in the news feed of maybe 10, 20, 30, 40 people at most in that entire group. So you're going to have 400 to 450 people who are never even going to see your post, unless they decided randomly to go look at the group to see if there was anything new, and most people don't do that too often. So they rely on notifications in their news feed that something new has been posted. So if you're not nothing matters unless you're posting something every single day within the Facebook group. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. I think I'm thinking about continuity and creating a circle of activity. You create the content, you share the content, you derive a benefit from the content, you start the process all over again. So content and consistency are two of the most important things that you can remember about building a Facebook group or building your network on any platform. Now, the last tip I'm going to share with you real quickly before we wrap up is that you can also promote your group on other platforms. If you're on Instagram, share your link to your group and talk about it in a post on your Instagram profile. It's a great way to attract a different network and a different audience to your Facebook group. Now, you can also add I do have one more tip. On your Facebook personal profile, make sure you add your group link in your bio on your profile. Have you completed your bio? I hope there's a short bio. When you look at someone's profile on their phone, you'll see a short little bio that they've created. Put your Instagram profile identity there, as well as the fact that you have a Facebook group and how someone can find your Facebook group, the link, the name of your Facebook group. So there's a number of ways that you can, from a free standpoint, that you can promote your group, but it is going to take effort. You're going to need to share. You can actually go in other Facebook groups and talk to admins of certain groups that are of a similar interest and say, listen, if you promote my group, allow me to share something about my group in yours, I will share some information about your group. Now, stay away from other direct sales companies. Do not solicit other direct sales companies and share your network with other direct sellers. That's not a good idea. There's a lot of recruiting that ends up taking place and a lot of private messaging. You'll end up losing people. Do not do that. That is not a good strategy. So I'm going to wrap that up. Please let me know if you found this information valuable. Thanks for joining. There's Denise and Kathleen and Pammy. Hey, Pammy. And Paige and Min and Denise. Wow. Vicky. Hey, Vicky. Thanks for joining. Hey, Kaylee. So there's a lot of people that are joining us from around the world. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch live. Share this with your team. Add your team members to the group. Next week, we're going to cover a little bit about connecting Facebook groups Facebook groups to a fan page, and how you can leverage a fan page, if anything, just in order to promote the Facebook group. You might not use it for anything else, but you might want to consider using it to promote your Facebook group. So that's a different strategy for another day. So I am going to go back to my coffee. I hope wherever you are, if it's late at night, you're not doing coffee, but if it's early morning, you are. Love you guys. I appreciate you taking your time, your valuable time, to watch these social media sessions, Coffee with Monty, every Sunday. We've been doing them for a few weeks, getting really positive feedback. So we'll talk to you all soon. We'll see you again next Sunday. Bye-bye.